Oh, is it time? It's time again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Island Origins Live. Mr. Sexy Man is on the way, right? As you know, we had a huge, major, splendiferous, fantastical, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious event this weekend. And so we're catching up, doing some recuperating. And some of our friends who helped us put this event together are actually here with us this evening. So as we go throughout the evening, you're going to see a number of different people visiting, popping on, popping off on camera. I might pop off, David might come back on. Sorry, Mr. Sexy Man might come back on. And we're just going to talk about everything that has happened this weekend, which was absolutely fabulous. Would you agree, Miss Donna Callender?
I certainly would. It was an excellent event, if I may say so myself. I was so proud of Khalib, David, Allison. They worked hard and it certainly paid off.
And you worked very hard with us, Miss Donna Callender. You are, may I say where you represent? Am I able to say? Okay. Yes. Okay. So Donna actually works at Grace Foods and represents the company in terms of their promotional activities. So whether it is Jerk Festival, and we're friends with everyone, right? So whether it's Jerk Festival or it's Caribbean Village, you're the person that goes out and makes sure that Grace is properly represented. And Grace is a pillar of the community, I would say. Would you agree?
I definitely would agree.
Okay. How is it that we want to talk about the Tasty Islands experience, but how is it that Grace has inserted itself, I'm going to say, in so many things, because they're like the title sponsor of all of the jerk festivals, whether it is the Jamaican Jerk Festival or the West Palm Beach Jerk Festival.
Okay, well, as you know,
yes.
Grace
yes.
is the primary food person in Jamaica,
right.
or the oldest food person in Jamaica, as
right.
we celebrated the 95th anniversary,
right.
April 14th of this year.
Yes.
96th actually, not 95th. So, and there's so many Jamaicans in Florida, in the United States, period. So that's how we're represented. We're represented by our own number of Jamaicans that are here, and of course the food, our brand is well known and a very good brand, of course. So
it is it's a very good brand, and you have some of the old favorites coming back. Everybody remembers the Grace Cock Soup. It's got to be Grace Cock Soup, right? That's not an old favorite, but you have now the tomato ketchup.
Yes, which has finally been allowed to.
What was it?
We had a little FDA issue, so now we have it, and I hope everybody is going
good Jamaican tomato.
But you have different regulations that you have to follow, and now we have our Jamaican ketchup here, Grace Jamaican ketchup.
Was there another new product? Or is it?
No, I think it's the ketchup that we have. That's new.
The ketchup,
We have had a couple new flavors of the tropical rhythms recently.
And you have the patties.
Okay, the patties been around for over a year now.
Really?
Though. Yes, the patties have been around for about a year and a half actually. So that's why I've been considered new. But a lot of people are not aware of it. So we do have our Grace patties, we have the spicy beef, mild beef, and we have our curry chicken patty. And they are delicious.
And I know you can't say it, but I'm going to say it. I think they taste a lot better than several of the other patties out there. Although we love the other patties, but if I'm going to the supermarket and picking up one out of the frozen food section, I'm picking up a Grace patty, not just because they're sponsored here. But talk about what the event was like for you. Especially as from the perspective of someone who saw it kind of coming together from inception.
Okay, lot of work to get it there.
Yes.
But the day of, and you saw people coming in, and the layout, and the interest, and the chefs cooking, it was just. Everything was just bubbling over. The restaurant row, the layout, the tables, the chairs, the chefs on the stage.
So if you're just joining,
really
joining us, we're talking about the Tasty Islands experience, which myself and Mr. Sexy Man and our team of people, including Donna, including names you've heard like Allison and Carl and Belvit. all put together, we came together and did this spectacular event this weekend. So in that event, there were, steel drums that were sponsored by Carnival and Carnival Girls. There were, when you walked in the door, it was a pavilion. We had the Taste the Islands pavilion. So we had our chefs from all over the Caribbean. Chef Irie, Chef Tia, Chef Amit came from Trinidad. We had a mixologist from Barbados. We had a glam studio and massage, and we had demos on stage, and we had restaurant row and all these cultural elements. And so it was this event that was, somebody asked, is it a festival? It is an expo. It really is an experience. And so, yes.
A food experience
Right.
as well. And of course it did involve other things as well.
Right.
Right. Don't forget our theater,
the Culinary Theater and the Culinary Museum.
That was
and
fantastic.
If you want to know what it is, we're going to post a video. The Historical Society actually did a video where myself and Marsha, who was the other person who kind of conceptualized the museum together with me, talked about putting it together and what it meant. And we eat the food all day long, and you love your curry and you love your jerk, and you don't really understand where it's coming from. You hear a story about maroons and whatever, but there are flavors that connect all the various islands
all
and
different spices.
Exactly, and you don't think about them until somebody says, "Hey, did you know that a Spanish island will eat rice and peas or rice and beans, but it's two separate things. When we do rice and peas, it's mixed together with the coconut milk, and the Haitians do it with no coconut milk, but they do it with spices and tomato paste, and you go to Bahamas and it's peas and rice, not rice and peas. And
all different variations.
all the different variations. So while Donna is sitting here, I'm going to ask Magic to cut to this straight on camera so that somebody else can join us on stage, maybe Queena. Let's have somebody else join us. No, Donna, you can stay here as well, but just so we have a smooth transition. I'm going to talk to you guys for just a second, because if you did not come to this event this year, you must come to the event next year. It's a little pricey, because we want people to understand that when you come to this event, you're coming at a particular level. You're going to bring your best behavior. I mean, me too. I like to go to Walmart in my pajamas at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? You do that sometimes, and maybe that's your everyday for the year. But every now and again, you want to pamper yourself. You want to feel like, as we would say in Jamaica, the tapanaris, where you stick up your little pinky in the air and you drink your champagne. Yes, there was welcome champagne, thanks to Corbell, right? But every now and again, you want to have that experience, and that is what we have done with the Taste the Islands experience. And Queena has now joined us on stage, and I'm gonna call these two ladies the dynamic duo, because they really were the two who kept our sponsors pleased, and they had some I'm going to say beauty queens. Is that the correct terminology?
Yes.
They had beauty queens from Miss Jamaica, Florida, who were kind of just, interacting with the sponsors and making the guests feel good. Queena, this is your first time working with us. Donna actually worked with us last year as well.
Yes.
So what was it like for you in this, VIP? Everybody was a VIP at this event.
Yes.
Right? You typically will work in a specific VIP area. What was this event like for you as something different?
I actually loved it. I'm from Miami, so, I've been to various events, but for my first time working this event and actually seeing it like from the beginning, because Donna actually took me to a walkthrough. So seeing it from the entryway all the way around, and seeing the restaurant row, and seeing the chefs on stage, and seeing their sections, I fell in love.
And it's so different when you do the walkthrough with nothing in there, and then when everything is in, right?
And that's the magic. That's the part I love about it. And I really think that's the magic for me, by being a newbie, is seeing it from the various stages of sitting in a meeting and actually watching you guys just produce it, and then watch it come up all together and see the end result. And it was absolutely magical and absolutely beautiful. The food was amazing. I absolutely love the demos. I just started watching the cooking channel, and I'm trying to cook more.
We do because of Tasty Islands, we do create TV and
Yes. And actually, I've heard of it before. I've actually seen it on PBS.
Right.
I used to watch Channel 2 growing up. So I used to watch all the cooking channels, and I knew about Taste of the Islands. So I thought it was just really fun seeing them on stage and actually doing it, and then getting to taste the food, which was the cool part, because they wanted not only just people in the area, but just not general people in the area, like the sponsors, but they also wanted volunteers to taste the food, which was absolutely awesome. And I also like Restaurant Row because Donna actually took me through that area and seeing some of the restaurants that I've never even known. I'm like, I want to try that. So now I feel like I can enjoy more island food, and this was more of a cultural learning for me as well.
When you feel for a little conch, you'll head over to Bamboo Shack, or what was the other one? Reed's Catering, the guy with the guy that does the show with the conch.
He made the conch salad. I mean, that was awesome.
It's like you watching Mr. Miyagi doing the thing in the sand with the rake.
Yes.
You know, when he's doing it, when he's prepping his thing. Mr. Sexy Man, I missed you.
This camera isn't on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed you anyway. Now, Donna, I'm going to ask you this question because you were there last year. And, you know, we had some little, I'm going to call them hiccups because the ambience was still fabulous last year. I thought the music was fabulous last year. But we had some little hiccups with things being a little late here and there and whatever. So compared to last year, we heard, you know, some people said it was 110% improvement, even though they had a good time last year. What felt most different to you about this year?
I would say the venue itself, it was totally different, and where we were this year at the Fort Lauderdale Historical Society is perfect for this type of venue. Not that it can't be held indoor, but this setting I think made it a big difference. And of course everybody knows when you have an event for the first time that you are going to run into little issues, and that's why you have a meeting after and you move on from there and perfect the next event. So even though people had a good time last year, we know there were little hiccups, as you said, and we fixed it this year, and I must say, again, congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations to you. You're a big part of it. And then Queena, from the perspective of someone who is in service, you're in the service industry, so your regular day job is making sure that people feel like VIPs every day. When you bring that to an event, what is it like for you now to be making someone feel like a VIP? What is that from your perspective?
Actually, that's what made me fall in love with doing events, honestly, is that I love making people feel special. It doesn't matter if you're an artist or if you're just a teenager that's coming in to volunteer. Everyone, and I must say everyone that I spoke to, they said, thank you so much, you did an amazing job, you know, Donna, I love the area, and they were just so impressed that I just kept coming by. They just got sick and they were like, okay, can you sit down and take a break? I just kept coming by, but that's just my nature. You know, I'm a nurturing person, and I always want to make sure that people are around me, even whether I'm working or not. That's just me naturally. And I thoroughly enjoyed it all the way up until the end.
Right. And we have to give some big ups to Greater Fort Lauderdale, because they came out and did their sunny branding. They had the glasses. People were just walking by and taking pictures with the
cushions.
The cushions.
Yes, that was the selfie area for the sponsors. At the end of the night, they were right there with the cushions in front of the shades. They were taking pictures everywhere. It was absolutely awesome.
Yes. And of course to Yvonne Everett, who was our decor, lead for the whole event. She really brought the whole thing together with all the bright colors. I'm gonna keep. What time is it? Is it my turn to switch out?
It's 7:15.
It's 7:15. All right, so I'm gonna switch out with David. So that, are we gonna do a tag team?
Whatever works.
All right, so David is gonna take over the show for a moment while I run off. So we're gonna do a little bit of that for the course of this evening, and probably we'll have two different guests come on for this quarter.
Sure, but before we switch out, what I want to do is I want to pose one question to the ladies that they can answer while you step away. But I want to make sure that you both get a chance to answer this. So, we had this great event. Don't leave us. All right. Yeah, you're like leaving in the middle of a question.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right. So, again, because we're talking about Taste the Island's experience, I genuinely felt as though, yes, people said it was a spectacular event. But I want from each of you, if you could tell me of all the parts, what felt most special to you? What was the element that, like it was so different that it made you say, wow, this made the event special? And I'll start with Queen for this one.
Number one, I can say teamwork. There were a lot of loopholes that I just must say the team in general, that was magical in itself. See, everybody just pulled together. It wasn't I'm in this section and this section. Everybody just came together to make the dynamics work.
Nice.
That was number one for me. Number two was actually seeing chefs live on stage. I'm going to be honest, that was the first time that I've seen it on stage live doing it versus seeing them on TV. So that was very magical and awesome for me.
Excellent.
And number three was hands down the Haitian artist at the end of the night.
Alan Tade. You like that, right?
I loved it.
He was so good.
He really just drew me in. I mean, yes, we had amazing music throughout the all night. All of the DJs did a great job, but hands down, he just won my night. So that was my top three highlights of the evening.
Well, I know not to ask you for one. Next time I'll ask you for a third. And then I'll get one. No. But Donna, again, we only need one thing. So what one thing you thought felt like the thing that was so different about the event?
Because I do quite a few events, I would say the layout, just everything meandered through. You came in, had food, there was liquor, drinks, then you saw the artisans selling, then the massage, the makeup, around the corner bar, the stage, just meandering all to the ice cream, the other food vendors. The layout was perfect.
I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to actually allow these ladies to leave. So Magic, we can flip to me alone while I talk to the audience. So audience, here is a perfect opportunity for you to, number one, share this video. So please, everyone, at this point in time, you're going to hit the share button. Please share this video live so that other people can join us on this live stream. And number two, I would like to ask everyone out there, and this is going to be a big risk, but I want to ask, if you were at the event, to please put in your comments, number one, comment on what it was that you liked about the event. So, hopefully everybody heard. I'm asking two things. One is, what did you like about the event? And number two, if you rank us on a scale of 1 to 10, because we're looking to improve. If you rank us at 10, oh sure. Again, one more time, I'm asking two things of the audience. One, tell us what you liked about the event. If there was something special to you, I'd like to know what it is. And number two, give us a ranking on a scale of 1 to 10. We're trying to improve. This was our second annual. If you give us a 10, we'll be happy with it. But if you give us a 5, we'll be happy. But if you give us a 5, tell us where we can improve. If you give us an 8, tell us where we can improve, or what you liked, why you gave us an 8. Now I'm joined on set by two other special people who were an integral part of Taste the Islands. So if we are now at the wide shot, I'm not sure where we are, but if we are at the wide, I'm going to say that to my extreme left is our business partner, Miss Allison Hunt. And Allison is one of the producers of Taste the Islands, one of the co-owners of the parent company. So welcome, Miss Allison.
Thank you.
And beside Miss Allison, to my immediate left, is Miss Marcel. Is it going to be Jones? Is that how I say it? I want to make sure I say it right. Marcel Jones. Okay, and Marcel has been an integral part of the things that we have done production-wise. Marcel has actually, for this Taste Islands, was a person in charge of the media relations, which is critical. And we had a lot of media. Congratulations for all that hard work, because we had countless photographers and cinematographers and people doing interviews and live broadcasts on the radio. I mean, there was a lot going on. I even had media calling me today saying, we haven't got pictures yet, we need to publish pictures. So even those who were not in attendance are looking for stuff. So thanks to Marcel for being here and for being a part of our production team to really pull off this great event. we'll start here with looking at your responses to my questions, and then we're going to look at the audience's responses. So everyone out there, please, I want to hear what your thoughts are, and do remember to share. But at this point, I'm going to give Marcel the first go at what was the thing that you thought was, like, this is a highlight for you. What at the event was like the thing that made you say, yeah, I really love this event?
The venue shaped the movement of the event, and I think the venue was valuable by far, so valuable. That and the fact that God gave us no rain. Okay? And the big yachts going by, and you could almost touch them, and the beautiful carpeted grass that you could just sit on there. And then just the way you walked through the space, and the way the chefs were set in a certain area, and they were right across from each other, and you could go from Trinidad to Barbados to Jamaica, and you could do that thing and then walk straight over to the stage. And I even liked the fact that the stage was set up in such a way that the people in the neighborhood who could not really come to the event could actually walk through the event, literally, to where the stage was. They were like, you know, oh my gosh, they got a feel for it. And the caliber of the event, very high caliber performance that was put on there by everyone, including all those vendors who came doing their part. It was just, everybody came together so cohesively. So I'd say the cohesiveness of how it all came together, and the venue, the museum portion with the valuable information that was inside, and the theater was just awesome, the culinary theater. And while you're in the theater, you're getting little plates of food. If they're talking about Jamaican jerk, somebody's walking over to you with a little plate with the jerk on it, so you can taste that. And then they come and take away the plate when the next thing comes on and gives you something to wipe your fingers. The way it flowed, it was between those two things.
I know not to ask you or Queena for one thing, because I'm like, when will this one thing end? But thank you for the answer. That was one thing. Okay.
Ambiance.
That's
excellent.
awesome. You know, they left nothing for me. And you know,
we are all individuals. So what was it for you, Miss Allison?
Okay, so you know, for me, the most important thing is always our brand integrity, in making sure that whatever we do, we show our commitment to excellence. And I think we represented well. I want to see the feedback that we get, obviously, David, from the question that you posed, because I think it's so important for us to get that constructive criticism, and for us to do the postmortem, and for us to really learn from, you know, people's opinions. I spent the last 2 days calling, you know, sponsors and attendees, and you know, our vendors, and just to hear their perspective on how that experience was for them. So for me, the fact that the feedback from so many people has been so positive, it clearly shows me that we're moving in the right direction. This being our second staging, you know, one, learning from the first one, improving on the second, looking forward to the third, and learning off of all of our volunteers, all of our vendors, all of the people that came together to support us to make this a reality. You know, I think that, you know, with all of that for me is what I take away as, you know, something that's representative of success. Yeah. And so in my opinion, this event as a whole was a success.
Excellent. Thank you for that. So yes, as I was saying, I want to get some feedback from the audience, those of you who are out there watching. So I'm going to start here, and of course, I'm on this phone looking, and I'm getting messages on this phone as well. All right, so here we go. Thank you all for your responses. I'm going to start reading here. People, of course, commenting earlier about Donna and that they love Grace and Grace products. Of course, thanks for those comments. Kinte, thank you for saying you are happy that you are part of such a successful event. That's excellent. Thank you for your participation and for volunteering. Tara, who is with the Fort Lauderdale Historical Society, is saying thanks to us, and thanks for the people giving props to the venue. So thank you for that. I also have a response here directly from the Fort Lauderdale Historical Society saying, thanks for bringing Taste the Islands to Fort Lauderdale Historical Society. Please like our pages and join us for upcoming events throughout the year. Okay, so we've had a lot of those comments. Now to some of the feedback. Unique Brian says it was amazing. The food, drinks, and ambiance was perfect. Thank you, Unique, for that feedback. Heather Douglas, who tells me, don't talk so much, Mr. Muir. Well, I'm sorry, I'm hosting a show. I have to talk. So I apologize, my friend, for talking too much. Okay, Andrea Dixon says, Taste the Islands was a very refreshing idea. Thank you, Andrea. And if you're still watching, I want people to give us a rating. So give us a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. What was your opinion? And I see Judy is telling me that she has opinions over here. Go ahead, Judy.
Also for Yannick, she said that her highlight was her boyfriend won the exclusive trip to Barbados.
Oh!
And
That's
the venue and the set was her favorite part. She gave it at 8.5.
8.5. Excellent. I thank you for that. I'm glad she mentioned that, because I will say this. So as a part of the execution of our event, we, it doesn't matter, let it ring, it's okay. We were fortunate enough to give away a trip, an all expense paid trip with airfare and hotel and accommodations of all kinds to Barbados, courtesy of Barbados. So we're absolutely thankful to our sponsor, Barbados, and to the winners of that prize, because you guys are going to really enjoy it. And all of the proceeds from that prize goes directly to the Fort Lauderdale Historical Society. And again, we are so happy to be able to support the Fort Lauderdale Historical Society, because they've done so well to give us this platform and this fantastic venue to work with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So...
Oh, we got a 10?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you for the 10.
Thank you for the 10.
Anne Marie says it was a nice flow, much more organized, and the location was artsy, festive, and then I guess she ran out of space. I don't see any more. Gabby Whitener says, I went for the food after being cooped up with all the rain, and it did not disappoint. Can't wait for Caribbean Village, which is at the end of June. So I guess you're looking forward to another food event of the Caribbean flavor. So big ups to Caribbean Village coming up June 23rd and 24th.
Yes.
Looking out for that end of the month. Okay. Right, so I see here Yannick's rating and saying about her boyfriend. Anne-Marie goes on to say she gives it an 8 because I felt there was a good flow and the vendors were genuinely pleasant. In addition, the venue was cheery, festive with lots of space. Excellent. Gabby Whitener gives it a 10. I love that. Excellent. Andrea gives it a 9.9. Andrew, where do we lose?
Point 1.
Point 1.
Please tell us.
The venue was awesome. However, next year crowd will be massive, so you might need to book another venue.
I agree with her.
No, we're not leaving
It's
our
going to be
host.
massive. The crowd will be massive.
We will have to
Adjust.
simply adjust things, and this is why pre-sold tickets are so important. When the ticket arises next year, don't hesitate, because we can't let everyone, the venue has a capacity, so we cannot afford to just have, we will not allow for two things, for it to be overcrowded so people will be uncomfortable. And we're not doing more food than we can prepare with excellence.
Correct.
So do note that if you are going to join us next year,
Get your ticket early.
get your
Get your
tickets
tickets
early, because
They will run out.
they will run out.
So I'll take a moment here to plug the fact that we will release the save the date as soon as we confirm that, and we will be putting our early bird tickets on sale as soon as we confirm the date, because we want to give people ample time to,
Definitely.
to get those tickets. And we do recognize, thank you so much, but we do recognize that next year we will grow.
Yeah.
And as David said, we have also decided as a company to limit the amount so that people are not uncomfortable.
Yeah, we
so
refuse,
we want to grow
yeah.
organically, and we want to make sure that we keep our commitment to excellence, and we can deliver that same brand integrity no matter if we go from 500 to 1,000 to 3,000 to 10,000. If we will
not
only
next
do so,
year.
we will only do so once we are absolutely positive that our brand integrity remains intact. Yeah.
I see a joke here, but we're first going to go to a commercial break before I read the joke. So at this point in time, I believe the first sponsor of Taste the Islands Experience and also the Islands Origins show that you're watching live is it DMR Media? DMR Media, DMR for you, producers of this show, and our ad is going to be running for DMR on stage, on live. Are we doing it? It's there. It's on the screen. Exactly. So you will see how to make contact with DMR. DMR is run by. Oh, I see it here on my screen too. All right, yes, please. You can see the commercial, so you can see. Yeah. So DMR is run by one of my very good friends and his beautiful wife, and so I want to make sure that everybody knows that this is not only a good company that we trust and do business with, because they're producing the show you're watching right now, but that this is a long-time relationship. We have trust, we have support of each other, and I want to make sure everybody knows they are, like us, committed to excellence. If you have needs for things like this, to produce a live show, to do live streaming at events, to do drone shots, to do even photography, the competition begins. But any of the things that I have to do with producing excellent imagery and streaming video, you should get in touch with DMR Media. Thanks so much to DMR for supporting our business and by participating in what we're doing and for being a part of the Taste the Islands experience. Our second sponsor of this show is Nikki Lopez Creative. So again, the ad will flip and we will be seeing how to get in touch with Nikki Lopez Creative. Nikki Lopez has been very instrumental in helping us with our social media platforms. She has been responsible for getting the word out about our event and for, while we are live, getting people to join us online and to be a part of our live stream. If you have needs in social media and getting the word out, please consider Nikki Lopez Creative. Again, her ad and information is on your screen now. Make a note and get in touch with Nikki Lopez of Nikki Lopez Creative. Now back to the jokes. Because I have to tell you that I thought this was hilarious. Where did I do? I lost it now. That's not good. Oh man, I want to get back to it. Andrea, why are you so hilarious? Bingo, where is it? I gotta find it back, people. This is not good.
Did it get enough, David? So that's
Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's see here. Bum, ba, bum, ba. Yeah, so Andrea says she didn't get enough of David, so that's where we lost the point one.
She didn't get the sexy man.
Not enough sexy man on Saturday. Yeah, sexy man was very busy putting out fires so everyone would have a wonderful experience. Yeah, so I think I popped out of the realm of invisibility for like 5 minutes. That was it. Yeah, we were working really hard. So those who didn't see me, I apologize for not being sociable, but we were making sure that everything ran well. I see a lot of hellos to the people. Hello, everybody. Okay, so Beverly Evans, this is an interesting comment. You're visiting Florida next month from LA and need info for Jamaica Independence and other events. Please post listings early for the out-of-towners. Now, I'm going to say this. I assume you're watching on the Jamaicans.com platform because we have multiple platforms. We stream also on Island Origins. And so if you're on the Jamaicans.com platform, you should just go to Jamaicans.com online. They have an infinite source of information about events locally here in South Florida for the Jamaican community, including Independence Day and things of that nature. Yes, I see other comments here that are important. I want more scores, so please, anyone, if you were at the event, please give us a ranking on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is excellent and 1 is not good at all.
Not so good.
Not good at all. And give us a rating. And if you can, a brief explanation, just so we can have a little feedback And we'd like to know, what is it that we could do better? What is it that would make this event more spectacular? At this time, I'm going to also allow my added guests here to transition out, because we're actually holding a recap meeting now, and I think that everyone who is on the live is missing out on what's going on in the meeting. So if Magic, you can give it to me. Actually, it looks like it is on me. I'm going to let you ladies go. Wait, hang on. Marcel wants one more before she goes out.
Yeah.
So Marcel, looking right here.
The porta potties. I saw people taking pictures of them and pictures of the writing on the side to see where they could get those porta potties. They were a major hit. Major hit. Beautiful toilets with air conditioning.
So I would say this to clarify: they're not the typical, obviously.
No.
And these are not even to be called porta potties.
You can't even.
You're gonna call them executive toilets.
Executive toilets.
That's the correct term actually for them. They're not considered
porta potties.
Porta potties are the little green things you saw in the commercial.
And they're so executive that when you enter, you get greeted by music. You get greeted by clean, fresh air.
Air
It has
conditioning.
air conditioning. It has air freshener. It is clean. You have a mirror. You have good light. You know, it's like and we insisted on doing this because we want people to know that we deal with quality, and people should not be thinking that I don't want to go to the bathroom when I'm at this event.
Yes, you wouldn't have a problem with that, right?
Not only that, but you know how they say you can tell the standard of a restaurant by the restroom.
Yes, you can.
There's no difference.
Yes,
we have food at our event, and we want to be judged on that standard. If you have a porta potty, it's not very reflective of what we are trying to do.
Don't have running
Running
water, things like that.
Yeah.
You wear it, wash your hand, things like that. So we insisted on bringing that.
And it was a difficult. I mean, we have budgets, so trust me, David and myself had to slash in other areas.
Yes.
It was a slam dunk, okay?
It was a win.
It was a win-win, boom, out of the
Appreciate
park.
that.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, sir, you're gonna put it over here on me, and you ladies can jump
Perfect
out.
timing.
Bye, guys.
Perfect
Yes,
timing.
it is perfect. It looks like we're gonna have another guest who's gonna join us on set. Is it possible that we're gonna have Carl join me on set since he's here? Carl, if you don't mind, come on in and have a seat over here at this set of chairs. And Khalid, before you go, underneath that black bag is the thing that you had me pick up for you. Right here. Welcome. Sit, Carl. Sit. We're live. Have a seat.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay. So, for those they won't see you yet, but Carl, you're going to look at this camera over here, and I'm going to be looking at this one over here.
Okay.
So you don't look at my camera, you look at your camera. This is very, very important as we move forward. So we just had someone join us on set, and as you guys just met, if you didn't know before, we had our business partner Allison Hunt on set, and now we have another one of our business partners. So are we split now? We're there, everybody. So Carl, welcome to our live show.
Thank you.
We're recapping the event of past Saturday, and what I've asked everyone so far is, tell us what it is that of all the parts, the many parts of the event, people have talked about all the different parts. What felt most special to you? What was the thing on Saturday that you said, wow, you know what, I'm so proud to have been a part of producing this at this event?
The food was amazing.
The food. And you have Taste the Islands. The food is an important factor. Tell me, what about the food? What did you enjoy? I don't know that I ate anything.
I think I've probably myself gone maybe to Chef Tia's place maybe twice or 3 times.
Very nice.
I had to go back, and then I had to make sure she wasn't there so she didn't catch me going back and forth.
What I will say is that even though I didn't have the food from Tia that day, I know Tia's food. I've tasted it many times.
Yes.
But on Saturday, the presentation for an event with the large audience, I thought was spectacular. The attention to detail with how she presented the food,
Yes.
I thought was exceptional.
Yes.
What did you have from Tia? What was there? What was on the menu?
I had the rice with pigeon peas. I had griot, famous griot, and I had the chicken also.
What was her chicken that day? What flavor?
I think I think it was a curry chicken.
Okay.
But I'm not sure what she put on it, but it tasted.
Well, then I must have had some.
You must. I think you had.
I think Allison came and put some food
Yes,
in my mouth.
yes,
and
that
it was
was
curry
that
chicken.
was, that was from Thea's
I
place.
thought it was from
Yes.
Chef Amit because I said curry.
Yes.
I thought it was from
No,
Trinidad.
that was a variety. That was a different variety that she had. Yeah.
Okay, well then I apologize. I thought the only thing I tasted was from Amit, and it was Tia.
Yes, Tia.
Well, Chef Tia, your curry was nice.
Yes.
What's this? A comment?
Someone said they love the culinary museum, and they
Ah.
give 10 for the event.
10 for the event. Thank you, Marshall, giving us a 10 for the event. Fantastic. Yes, and another person saying that they love the music. That's excellent.
Yes.
And yeah, oh my gosh, yes. So yeah, apparently a lot of people also like Alan Covey. I know
Yes.
for me that was a highlight. I was pleasantly surprised. I
Thank
didn't
you.
know that Alan Covey was going to bring that type of performance.
Yes.
But he really brought it.
He
to-
did extremely. Him and I, we had a conversation after. He was very, very happy, and he's looking forward to many, many, many more of those.
Yeah, Alan did. He really did a spectacular performance. He had everybody dancing and like it was just an energy.
Yes, the
yeah. As
energy
soon as he
was-
was on stage, I saw the hands in the
Yeah.
air, and I was like, "Go, Alan!" That was
That was
really
good. That was
really good. I thought
Yeah.
that was amazing.
And then the other thing also that caught my attention, besides the Chef Iris long line, the food there was amazing also. I made sure I tasted every single thing of it. Yeah. I spent some time at Bamboo Shack also. The food was amazing. But the Barbados had a long line for the mixed drinks. And those drinks were fantastic.
The mixologist, yeah. Again, regrettably, I cannot speak to the food or the drink because I was a little busy.
You were working the whole day.
I was a little busy, but I did see a lot of things that I too was impressed
Yeah.
by. So for even as a part of the production of the event and being so active on the day of, I think Queena said it best. What I thought was amazing was the way the team worked together.
Yeah.
Just every challenge that came, anything that was not perfect from our perspective, we were working to fix at every point
Yes.
in time. So the audience, the visitors, the guests, the sponsors, the vendors, no one else had to know where there were any issues because everything was being corrected in a flow, and I thought that was exceptionally well received. So for anyone who is watching, I did ask for comments, and I've seen quite a few. We've gotten 10s, we've gotten 9.9. Our lowest so far is a score of 8. And I'm challenging anyone who was there, please give us a rating and tell us why. If it's an 8, we accept. If it's a 5, we accept. But I want to know why. What it is that you felt that makes that difference. Thank you, Alana, for telling us that you know that being Jamaican is amazing and is the best Caribbean island in the world. But I know that there are a few people out there who are going to have a different opinion. So we're gonna say let's be balanced and know that all the Caribbean islands are great. And that's why we have Taste the Islands, because we want to highlight all the islands out there.
Yes.
Any other thoughts in terms of when we just wrap up the thoughts about the event? Because I want to go and talk about a few other things.
Yeah, I think one of the things I would like to do is probably thank the audience that was there. You know,
Excellent
they
point.
believed in us and they came and they show up and we delivered to the expectations. So it's important what you said. Anything that we needed to do to adjust on those comments, anybody that gives us a 5 or an 8, please let us know where we can do better. And that's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal of Island Syndicate, is just every day to do better to please the audience. Because we wouldn't be there if it wasn't for you guys.
Yeah, it's funny. You remind me of a story. So when we had our recap meeting yesterday, I was telling you there were 2 ladies who had a little issue and they came to me.
Yeah.
So I did my best to solve the problem. Would you believe it? The lady found my number and she called me today.
Wow.
The lady's name is Iris. Iris, I don't know if you will ever see
Thank
this.
you, Iris.
But she called me today to thank me for, even though I was clearly busy, stopping to take the time to address her problem and to help her. And she said, when she called me today, that she would like to help us in the future. She would like to help us to promote the event.
Awesome.
And she would like, even though she's retired, she said she has history in the food business and in hospitality, and she would like to help us to improve. So she said to call on her.
Awesome.
I thought this was amazing. This
That
is
is
one of the
amazing.
guests who came and had such a good time.
Yes.
That she says she wants to be involved and help us to grow the
That is
event because
amazing.
she really believes
It,
in it.
it is a community event, like you said
It-
before.
yeah.
It's a community event. So, and we're part of the community. We're embedded in the community, and everything we do is about the community.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining me, Carl.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna let you go back
Thank
to the
you.
meeting.
Appreciate
And I'm
that.
gonna keep on going with the audience, and I'm gonna just wrap up the last 15 minutes.
Awesome.
But thank you so much. And
Thanks. Good to be here.
Yes, great to have you as well. So here is another long comment, people. I don't know if you guys are all reading it, but it says here by April, thank you. It was a slam dunk indeed. The islands represented well, and the fact that it was an all-inclusive event, and the only place you had to spend money was if you wanted to purchase from the artisans. Wow, this is a long comment. Rating 9.5 plus. You should have just put the points on and not give the plus. But anyway, so because we always strive to improve on perfection, we're going to knock it out of the park again. So again, thank you for that great comment. Thanks for everyone who is watching. I will ask if you please, again, do hit share so that everyone can join us in this live. Thanks to all my friends who are watching, even the ones who are my close friends who didn't make it to the event, because you now know that next year you have to mark your calendars early. As Allison said earlier, we're going to be committed to keeping the audience small enough so that we can really deliver excellence at all times. So we're not going to jump from, 1,000 people to 10,000 people. We're going to keep it where it's going to be focused on quality. So if you want to be a part of next year's event, when the early bird tickets come out, make the move. Don't hesitate. Make sure that you get involved early. And I do want to say, we can take more volunteers. We had in excess of 50 volunteers working on the day of the event. But we could have used more because we had a lot of execution to do. So from now, I'm putting the request out there. If you are a friend and you want to help us to grow this event and you wish to be a volunteer next year, keep that in mind. On our website, ttiexperience.com, there is loads of ways for you to sign up to be a part of what we're doing. So again, it's TTI Experience. The T for taste, the second T for the third letter I for islands, ttiexperience.com. You have the opportunity to volunteer on the site, and you can sign up from now to be a volunteer for next year. We accept you. So please, if you would like, go to our site to learn more information about what was done in the execution on Saturday. And we will soon be letting everyone know about what we have in store for next year. But now, Sir Magic, because I'm the only one left on set at this time, I want a greater engagement. Because like my friend said before, David don't keep talking to the screen. So for me to talk less, I need to get more engagement from you. So if there are any questions, any comments, anything that you wish to talk about regarding Taste the Islands experience, put it in the comments now so that I can address it. I see April says also, our volunteers were so integral. We thank them immensely. Yes, as a matter of fact, we're actually having a meeting with volunteers right now. So they're upstairs in the gallery. And we're doing presentations to the volunteers, and we're taking their direct feedback about what took place and how we can improve the event for the future editions of it. What I will do at this point, because I do want to make sure that we have a little bit of content about our magazine, I'm going to tell you that it's been so busy recently trying to get ready to produce Taste the Islands Experience that we didn't do the typical promotion of our Island Origins magazine. So let me just take the time now to say, if you have not yet seen the most recent issue, our summer edition of Island Origins magazine, it is available. It is out and about. It's going to be easy to find. It's available at your salons, at your places of leisure, at your places of education. It's available at the city halls and at the other municipal buildings, the performing arts centers, and the like. So please look out for your Island Origin magazine. unfortunately only in South Florida and Jamaica at this time. We are expanding. It will be available in other platforms very soon, but currently only available in the country of Jamaica, along with where we are here in South Florida, which is, you can get it in Miami or in Broward County at, many locations. Again, if you need more information about Island Origins Magazine, go to islandoriginsmag.com. So it's very simple. We just shorten the magazine to MAG, M-A-G, but it's islandoriginsmag.com. Let's see what we got here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Yvonne McDonald, you came in the middle. What's the event? Thanks. Well, Yvonne, we are a company that does multiple things, and one of the things that we do as a company, as a matter of fact, my business partner and the most fabulous Khalib Thompson, she is the executive producer of a television program called Taste the Islands. It's shown nationally in, I believe, 44 states. It's shown on Create TV, which locally for us here in Florida is shown on PBS Channel 2. That television show, Taste the Islands, has spawned an event called Taste the Islands Experience, which we at Island Syndicate, we produced that event. We had our inaugural Taste the Islands Experience last year in South Florida. Then we took it to New York City, and then we took it to Washington, D.C. last year. So we had 3 different events. And so far in 2018, we've only had one event, which was the 2nd annual Taste the Islands Experience right here in sunny South Florida at the Fort Lauderdale Historical Society. It took place on June 2nd, just 3 days ago. And so there's still a basking and a glow and a fantastic aura that comes from having such a spectacular event where everyone really had such a great time. And if you look at the comments, you'll see people have been giving it a rating between 10, 9.9, 9.5, 9, and so I think there was 1 8, a lowly 8. So that, Yvonne, is what we're talking about. Thank you for joining us. Please, Yvonne and all others, I see quite a few people watching, if you would be so kind, hit share so that others can learn about what we are talking about and others can learn so that in future years they will also be a part of the Taste the Islands experience. It's really, really, really worth it. And for more information about Taste the Islands experience, you can go to TTI, again, TTIexperience.com. Okay, now if no one else has questions, I'm going to shut this puppy down because we've been on for 50 plus minutes and I see we have all kinds of production stuff going on. So our producer can start to get himself ready with the ending credits and the music and whatever it is that we're going to have to close the show out. But before I go, I do want to give people one last chance. If there are any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything that you wish to share, to ask, etc., please do so in the comments now because I'm alone today and I don't want to just ramble on. I can very easily. I don't want to just ramble on. So I want you to give me your questions or I'm going to say goodbye and close out for the day 5 minutes early. So it's up to you, folks. Let me see. Comments? Okay. All right. So let me just, before we go, I want to make sure that everyone knows how they can get in touch. If you see here at the back of the magazine, we always have something about how to get in touch with us. So it says here, the people you want to reach are reading this magazine, advertise here. So take note, you can reach out to us at support@islandsyndicate.com. Again, that's support@islandsyndicate.com for email. Oh, it's on the screen? But sure, them fancy. They're very fancy. So support, or you can dial this number, 417-812-5663, which may be also on the screen. Or you can call me, David, commonly known as Sexy Man. And, and my phone number is 954-200-5110, also on the screen. And so I see here the question, how would I rate the event? Well, that's the worst person to ask because I'm extremely critical. I I think that based on the great times that has been expressed to me by our guests and by all the people who came out, all the attendees, I would have to go up as high as an 8. But for me, I would say the event was below an 8 because I am seeing all the flaws and I want to make the event a 10 in my eyes. So I believe there's a lot to be worked on, to be improved, so that we can genuinely bring the event so that when I say it's a 10, that I know that all the guests, all the people who attended, all the vendors, and everyone else will also feel that the event is a 10. I want to have that surety that everyone really feels satisfied. So for me, I'm going to say I'm a little bit below an 8 at this time, but I thought last year for me probably was below a 6. So I'm happy to see the improvement and that we've grown and that we've learned from our mistakes and that we were blessed because we really were blessed. I mean, as we know, the 2 weeks before the event, there was a lot of rain in South Florida. And so we could have had a much more difficult time if we had rain throughout. The event is a rain or shine event. It would take place regardless, but it would not have been as easily enjoyable for everyone. Okay. Sonia asks, when are we coming to Atlanta? We will talk with our partners. But Sonia, if you are serious about inviting us to Atlanta, you saw my number on the screen. Give me a call or send us an email to support@islandsyndicate.com and suggest to us a suitable venue for this type of event. Go to ttiexperience.com, learn more about our event. We're open to having and hosting the event in other cities, but of course it has to be the right venue and with the right partners. Because if we're not residing in that city, we need the right people to help to motivate the audience to come out and to enjoy. The production of this event is very costly because we don't cut corners. And if we're going to have that event in a city, we need to have the right partnership in place to make sure that the guests will come out because they will know and feel and trust that the event is worthy. So I would love to hear from you, Sonia, or from anyone else who wants to invite us to any other city. We'd be willing to go to LA or to Vancouver or to Toronto or to wherever it is that people want to taste the islands. We are happy to come along and to produce the event in that space. Now I'm seeing the signs for wrap. I've been wrapping up for the last 5 minutes already. I'm not going to wrap up anymore. I think we've done great. We are going to talk. I like that because I don't have the Khalib list, but I'm so glad that I have good production people here. So I can tell you that coming up, I have looked easily in my magazine because it has the calendar of events. And I can see that it's very important that I mention 2 events that are coming up. I really want to make sure that people are aware that the Caribbean Village is coming up. Sir Lyndall Douglas, I'm plugging your event, sir. I thank you for coming out to my event. I want to make sure people know that Caribbean Village is happening June 23rd and 24th at the Lauderdale Sports Park in Lauderdale. And that even more important is that we have this spectacular event, which is being put on by our co-producers of this live, and it is called A Brides Expo, and the date on that is June 24th. June 24th, the Sunday afternoon from noon, and I will be there. Yep. I will be there. So please make sure that you are there too. It's a Brides Expo. How do we register? Do we have a graphic on the screen? You don't have a graphic today? If you go to bridesexpo.com, you will learn more details, how to register, how to be a partner, how to be a sponsor, how to be a vendor. Please, it's not too late. We still have a few weeks to go. So if you are a vendor, if you do anything, whether it is...
we have 1 booth space left.
Oh, only 1 booth space. So the first person to act, if you are, if you make dresses, if you do catering, if you do planning, whatever it is that you do, there's 1 vending space left for a booth.
We can, however, open up more spaces if needed.
I hear that there can be more. So let's not keep it only to 1. let's make sure that you know that there are other opportunities. So let's be again clear. A Brides Expo, June 24th. And at this point in time, I'm going to say goodbye from Island Origins Magazine, Island Origins Live, Jamaicans.com, Taste the Islands Experience, all of our friends and partners. It has been great. It has been great. Hit share and then start watching from the beginning, because it's a lot of stuff, a lot of good information, and we do want to know your feedback from the event. So anybody, if you watch it tomorrow or next week, whenever you see this, please still share your opinion, give us our rating, and let us know what you think we can do to improve Taste the Islands experience for next year. Have a great night. I'm going to run to the meeting now, so bye-bye everyone.
A Brides Expo, a destination wedding and honeymoon expo, coming to Fort Lauderdale, Sunday, June 24th, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Bonadventure Resort and Spa West End. If you are planning a honeymoon, destination wedding, or romantic vacation, this show is a must. Over 30 exhibitors, live entertainment, destination wedding, fashion shows, door prizes, and much more. Admission free for all couples who are planning a destination wedding or honeymoon. Register www.abridesexpo.com. Call 786-505-8141 or 954-740-8689. Don't miss being part of this exciting show.